Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Myriam, with the Asheville View. And today I have the beautiful Sarah Metzger with Vista Coaching. So, Sarah, I'll give you a little bit of a background information. I know her I didn't know I knew her, but we know each other. She has two kids. Okay, well, they're not kids anymore, but she has two daughters who went to Asheville High, and where I've been teaching for 13 years, and we've met each other before. She used to run the Booster Club, and I bought I bought a Cougar shirt from her before, and now we recognize each other. So it's a very small world, definitely a very small Asheville. So Sarah, tell us a little bit about you and about Vista Coaching.
Oh, thank you so much. And I do. I love the Cougar connection. I am all about my Asheville Cougars and my Asheville community. So yeah, once my daughters made it through high school, towards the end, I had those moments of realization like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do once they're gone? And I was still subbing, but it didn't feel like that was my world anymore. Mm-hmm. And so very bizarrely, as the universe will do, it led me to looking into life coaching and coaching. And I found this amazing program right over the mountain in Marshall that was all about presence-based coaching, like really tapping into the present moment, and did my training. And then it was like, Myriam, it was like being a magnet. Like all the empty nesters started coming to me. And I think it's because that's who I am. I'm an empty nester. And so I am lucky enough every day to work with people who they're not like primarily mom or dad anymore. That identity has kind of shifted a little. They always will be, but it's shifted a little. And what's so cool is it's like being a kid again. You get to discover, who am I going to be? What am I going to do? What is my passion? Like, who am I now? And it's amazing. I mean, like I said, I feel so lucky to be part of that journey for people because we get to start from scratch. It's awesome.
And you know, Sarah, this is a very important, I mean, when I saw what you treat and what you tap on and get people to reach, to get out of, is the empty nesting syndrome. And immediately my own mother came into my head when I started thinking about that. And I thought, we all left, and we're kind of all over the world, so it's harder. So we all left, but she had such a hard time transitioning to being alone. She still lives with my dad, but you know, it's not the same thing. Your kids are everything. Yeah. And so for the longest time, nobody really understood what she was going through. We were all just thinking, she needs to get over it. This is really hard. And when you are in that space, you are given a lot of guilt to your children. So everybody feels bad that your mother's not doing okay. And it was just, I mean, for years, it's been such a thing. And this is a thing that not a lot of people talk about. And people don't know that they're in this with a lot of other people. And there's a way out of this by seeking help. And this is why when I saw this, I thought, wow, this is a subject that not a lot of people are aware that there's a help group and support systems put in place to help you get out of this. Like, this is a syndrome. You're not just being selfish or dramatic, or you really are going through something really, a big shift. And knowing that there is a place to get help is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And Myriam, you said it so well in that so many people go through it, but sometimes they don't know how to describe it to anyone. But I mean, it feels like a loss. I mean, you actually feel like you're grieving because who you were is no longer. Like you said, your kids go out and that's what you want. So you almost feel guilty, feeling sad and poor me, but it is, it's so much a part of our lives. And I belong to a lot of empty nest groups and I hear the same things over and over. And people are like, I feel like my heart has been ripped out and I don't know what to do. And for a lot of them, it's like they look across the table at their husband, their wife, their partner, and they're like, oh crap, it's the two of us. What are we going to even talk about?
What are we going to do now? You're so right. So what do you guys do? Do you have workshops? Tell us a little bit about what you do when, let's say, somebody wants to join the group and enrolls and goes in, what do you guys do on a daily basis?
So usually what we do is we occasionally, like, we will put on a seminar. And what's so sad, Myriam, is like right before COVID hit, we were planning on doing one at Asheville High through the
Oh,
PTO. I was going to go talk to all the moms there and the dads there.
exactly.
And
Oh, what a great
so
idea.
sadly, that piece is missing, but we
Right.
can transition to the virtual part of that all.
Absolutely.
And again, a lot of times it's a one-on-one situation. It's not a big webinar. It's a one-on-one because it can be so personal to share your story and to share what you're going through. So a lot of time it's like a one-on-one coaching call. And again, it's just really like, as a coach, you're focusing on the person's mental well-being, and you're kind of holding a space for them to really go through the process, explore. We talk a lot about, like, you know, what interests you? What are your passions? And passions not always being external. People tend to think of, oh, well, my passion is painting or yoga, and it can be. But sometimes your passion is like talking to people, helping someone, being part of like a volunteer organization. Those are the pieces that I really go in for, because I feel like if you can reconnect with your community, you'll hear me say that all the time in all my messaging, your community is such a huge part.
Right.
And if we can find what jazzes you up and connect you somewhere in the community to that, all of a sudden this like empty nest has become full of like this amazing growth opportunity.
So you're basically showing to these people that your life is not over, that here are the tools for you to use. Here are the people that you can connect with in your community. These are things that you can start enjoying with your life. You can sleep in more. You don't have anybody to take care of. So this is just great. And again, a lot of people don't know that they can do all this or feel guilty doing their own thing and feeling happy about it. And you know, September is Mental Health Month, and I feel like every month should be mental, every day.
Preach,
so this
preach.
is why this is so important. And people, as they get older, if you go into that hole of being alone and sad and depressed, it takes a lot longer to get out of it. So this is so important for people to know that there is help out there. Your life is not over. There are people in the same situation that are waiting to connect with you and to help you fill your nest, basically. So where can people find information on Vista Coaching, like your website? Now you're not open, obviously, so you're doing everything virtually.
Yes, ma'am. And a lot of times it's really cool. We offer, you know, you can either do with Zoom or a phone call. And what's been so interesting that I've seen is a lot of people choose a phone call because, you know, when you're on camera, and I'm sure you experience this, you feel like you have to show up in a certain way. And I kind of want to take that layer away from people. And if they want to be laying on the floor, like in sweats, crying, that's fine. Let's get on the phone and talk. Like you said, it's mental health is so important. And I think there's such a stigma to that, but it's like, no, mental health can be mental wellness, and that's, everyone deserves it. Everyone deserves it.
You're doing such a great job. And that's the thing, just for someone to call you, to be able to say, I'm going to call Sarah and I'm just going to kind of unload, you know, and just, I can cry. I mean, that what you just said there is so beautiful. They can cry on the floor and just talk to you, and it's okay. Do you ever get burned out, like for your own mental wellness? Do you ever get burned out from helping all these people? Being a teacher myself, you're yourself too. You have so much to give as an empath and as a teacher and as a helper in the community, that you often have to stop and take a stand and worry about your own mental health and take a moment to recharge. Do you ever get this burned out and just be like, whoa, I really need a break? What do you do to take care of yourself?
That's such a good question, because I feel like so many people that are in a profession where they help others. I will say a lot of what sort of energizes me, and I'm sure as a teacher you're the same, when you are part of a journey with someone and they discover some inner wisdom that comes out, that is like, I mean, all my charge is like, whoosh, my battery gets recharged. But I will also say, I am really strict I do meditation in the mornings. I mean, it may be 10 minutes. I'm not claiming to sit on the mountain for a half an hour, hour at a time. 10 minutes meditation, moving my body. Moving my body is huge. Whatever it is, I love to do that. And I always tell people, I think that that is so important to do, especially if you're in, you know, the business of helping other people. You have to make that time for yourself. And I will say, when COVID hit and all this, like, you know, just to really have in our culture so much inequity showing up so strongly, I really did feel like I you know, like I did go on a down, and
Right.
everything felt
How can
so
you not?
heavy. Yeah, and I felt like no matter what I was doing, it's not enough, right? And you kind of get in that. And I have a coach. As a coach, I have a coach. And my
Yes.
coach said, you know, do what you can do. And like every day you show up for someone, you are doing something. Like think
Right.
about that, right? Like even a smile, somebody you don't know,
Mhm.
that could be wonderful for them.
Right. Everybody's, we never know who's carrying certain burden. And just to
Mm.
show up, and sometimes, like you said, sometimes just smiling at someone. Used to be hugging people, but we can't do that yet. So
I know. I know I'm going through
trying to do the
withdrawal. I
best
like,
we can. I know, just trying to do the best we can to help each other out. And I'm so glad that we were able to touch on all of these different things like self-care and going to seek help. There are people just like you. Reach out to your community. That's such a beautiful
mm.
message. So where can people, what is your website and your phone number for Vista Coaching?
Okay, so Vista Coaching, I am vistacoachingservices.com.
Okay.
Please go on my website.
Mhm.
And on there is my phone number, but please reach out, call me 828-515-1129. And like I said, I love to hear from people. I mean, if you call me and it's not a good fit, that's fine. I love to hear
Right.
from you anyway.
Wonderful. Wonderful. This has been so uplifting. I had such a long day and I was looking forward to this because I said, you know, this is going to be such an awesome and positive message in the community. So I am so glad that we did this. Thank you
I'm so
so
glad
much. I'm
too.
grateful that you were able to find some time for us today and to share this with our beautiful community. Guys, take care of each other, take care of yourself, reach out for help, move your body for at least 30 minutes a day, drink water, repeat your affirmations. You're awesome. You're a badass. All you have to do is show up for yourself to be able to show up for others. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Sarah. And this was Myriam with the Asheville View. I will see you soon.